Welcome to this explainer. Today we're doing the actual math on getting a master's degree in 2026. For so many of us, getting that advanced degree feels like the ultimate golden ticket. But is it really? Or could it actually be a massive financial trap waiting to swallow a decade of your savings? Today we're going to calculate the true return on investment, uncover the hidden costs of lost income, and give you a rock-solid framework to make the right decision for your own future.
Here's our roadmap for today. We're looking at the real cost, the hidden opportunity cost, calculating your exact ROI, factors beyond just the salary, some real-life case studies, and finally, your personal decision matrix. Let's jump in.
Okay, part 1, the real cost.
You know the drill. You're 22, you just grabbed your bachelor's, your parents are thrilled, and then boom, you get that inevitable question from every aunt and uncle asking when you're taking the next big educational leap. It's literally a cultural expectation at this point, isn't it? But deep down, you're staring at numbers like 20 to 30 lakhs, just wondering, do I seriously need to drop that kind of cash on a top MBA right out of the gate? Will that money actually pay off, or am I just buying a wildly expensive piece of paper?
Let's break down the baseline reality. We're talking tuition, rent, food, the whole shebang. In India, an MBA from a top 10 B school is going to set you back 20 to 30 lakhs for 2 years. A Tier 2 school, maybe 10 to 18 lakhs. But if you're looking at the US for an MS or MBA, wow, you're staring down the barrel of 50 lakhs to upwards of 1.5 crores. That's a surviving strictly on instant noodles kind of number. Even Germany, which is famous for cheaper public universities, still demands 10 to 20 lakhs when you factor in your actual living expenses.
Which brings us to part 2, the hidden opportunity cost.
Now this is absolutely crucial. In economics, opportunity cost is the money you could have been making if you were working instead of sitting in a lecture hall. By choosing to study, you are actively pausing your earning potential for 1 or 2 years. And that missing paycheck, it is a very real, very heavy hit to your net worth.
Let's put that into perspective. Imagine you're 22 and currently making 6 lakhs a year. If you quit your job for a 2-year MBA, you might think, okay, this costs 20 lakhs. But no, your true cost is that 20 lakhs in tuition plus the 12 lakhs of salary you just gave up. Boom! Suddenly, your real investment isn't 20 lakhs, it's 32 lakhs. And if you're heading abroad, that number absolutely skyrockets.
All right, part 3, calculating your ROI.
So what do you get for all that money? Looking at 2026 estimates, the leaps can be massive. Graduating from a top Indian B school could bump a 6 to 8 lakh salary all the way up to 20, even 28 lakhs. A US master's? That could launch you from 6 to 8 lakhs here to a massive 40 to 60 lakhs abroad. That is life-changing money. But pay close attention to the Tier 2 MBA. The jump is way smaller, moving from maybe 5 or 7 lakhs up to 12 or 16 lakhs.
So how do we know if these leaps are genuinely worth the upfront cost? We use this simple formula to find your exact break-even point. You take your average annual salary increase, multiply it by the years you plan to work, and subtract your total cost, which remember is your tuition plus that lost salary. This tells you exactly how many years it'll take before you're actually turning a profit on this degree.
Moving right along to part 4, beyond the salary.
Because we can't just look at math in a vacuum, right? Before you sign your life away on a student loan, you have to consider these 5 caveats. First, the job market is shifting fast. If you're studying something AI can now automate in 10 seconds, that's a terrible bet. Second, the brand of the institution matters immensely. A top-tier degree opens doors a random private college just won't. Third and fourth, location and industry dictate everything. A tech master's might triple your pay, while a master's in the arts might offer more personal joy than financial return. And finally, visa policies. If you're going abroad, things like STEM OPT in the US are literally what allow you to stay and earn back that massive investment.
Let's ground all this theory in reality with part 5, real-life case studies. Meet Ria. She's making 7 lakhs a year and decides to go for a top Indian MBA. Her total cost, tuition plus lost wages, comes to 34 lakhs. But her post-MBA salary jumps to 22 lakhs. That is a cool 15 lakh bump every single year. Do the math, and she breaks even in exactly 2.3 years. The verdict here? Absolutely worth it. After 2.5 years, that extra 15 lakhs a year is pure profit.
Then we have Ankit, aiming for an MS in the US. His total investment is a staggering 92 lakhs. Now, if he lands a US job making 100K, he breaks even super fast. But here's the catch. If visa issues force him right back to India where his new salary might only be 45 lakhs, that break-even stretches out to 5 or 6 years. The verdict? It's a fantastic move, but heavily dependent on successfully staying in the US for a few years.
Finally, there's Priya, doing an MA in India. Her total cost is much lower, just 9 lakhs including lost wages. But her salary jump is also smaller, from 3.5 lakhs to 5 lakhs. Since she's only making an extra 1.5 lakhs a year, it'll take her 6 whole years to break even. This beautifully illustrates how ROI isn't always about money. If Priya loves the field and wants to research, it's deeply personally fulfilling, even if it's financially a bit of a grind.
Which brings us to our final section, your decision matrix.
If you're still on the fence, I want you to follow these 5 steps. Step 1, define your why. Is it for money, passion, or moving abroad? Step 2, run your specific math just like we did. Step 3, investigate the job market. Talk to actual alumni on LinkedIn. Are they really earning what the brochures promise? Step 4, look for cheaper alternatives like boot camps or online certifications. And step 5, make a data-driven decision. Take charge of your own future. Don't just follow the herd.
Here's your cheat sheet. Seriously, take a screenshot of this. Look at the green lights, switching careers, moving abroad, or if your specific field absolutely requires the degree, go for it. But watch out for the red lights. Using a degree to delay entering the job market, bowing to parental pressure, or hoping a piece of paper will magically fix your career without a real plan, that is a very expensive way to procrastinate.
To wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with this. Getting a master's degree can either be a life-changing investment or a trap that takes a decade to dig out of. You have to be honest with yourself. Are you going to let societal pressure dictate your next move? Are you ready to sit down and actually do the math? And hey, if the math doesn't check out, it begs the question, could the highest ROI in 2026 actually come from skipping the degree entirely to start your own business? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Stay informed, stay smart, and we'll catch you in the next one.